It is now my pleasure to introduce Devin Diggs, who will share reflections on his experience at Notre Dame and in the Neuroscience and Behavior program.
Faculty and staff, friends, family, and loved ones. Welcome to the celebration of the College of Sciences Neuroscience and Behavior majors. Thank you for joining us here today and for all of the support and sacrifices that have allowed us to get here to this point. To my classmates, this weekend we are graduating with degrees in Neuroscience and Behavior from the University of Notre Dame. I know I sometimes become desensitized to this idea, but imagine talking to your 8-year-old self, telling them all you've accomplished these past 4 years. I know our younger selves would be looking up to us, beaming with pride, and I hope you take time to feel that pride yourself this weekend. Some of us enter Notre Dame with neuroscience and behavior as our majors from the start, while others some of us discovered the best major on campus a little bit later in our journey. After surviving the gauntlet of foundational science selectives of general chemistry, organic chemistry, biology, we found ourselves united in Dr. Boyd's introductory neuroscience and behavior course. It was our first class specifically for our major and our first opportunity to really dive in and see what neuroscience is all about. I bring us back to this class to show us how far we have come, from trying to keep all the parts of the brain and their functions straight, holding in laughter with slides of the sensory homunculus or lordosis, learning how to read primary literature for the first time. We were challenged, but we were challenged together, and this class was the start of a community that we would grow with over the following years. Now, as soon-to-be graduates, we know that neuroscience is so much more than knowing what brain region does what. We have seen the physical connections of the brain in neuroscience lab through our sheep brain dissections, even holding a human brain in our hands. We've been able to delineate the processes of how we become who we are, understand the neural basis of our everyday behaviors, and really get a strong glimpse into who we are as humans. We are all leaving Notre Dame with different trajectories: medical school, graduate school, education, public health, consulting, and more. No matter what our futures hold for us after graduation, we have been blessed with the opportunity to study neuroscience and behavior and are well equipped for this wide range of endeavors. We have been trained to think critically and to solve problems systematically. We are no strangers to identifying a research question, constructing a controlled experiment, and interpreting the results. And with that, we are well prepared for the problems we will inevitably face in the future. We've come to understand the power of the mind and the importance of prioritizing our mental health. This has meant using deep breaths to activate the parasympathetic nervous system when we're stressed and need to relax, getting that power nap in and making sure we get enough sleep, and recognizing that cramming the night before the exam is probably not our best bet for long-term memory. Not only does it mean acting upon the knowledge we have gained, but it means sharing it with others as well. As graduates with degrees in neuroscience and behavior, we are joining a very small and select group of people who care about what's going on inside our heads. And with that comes the responsibility to use our education for the betterment of others. The beauty of neuroscience is that it's relevant to everyone and every day. Seek out opportunities to share what you have learned. At its core, neuroscience is a study of identity and empathy, narratives and relationships that have brought us to where we are today. We have learned that every experience has shaped us into who we are at this point in our lives. We have been gifted with the opportunity to more fully understand the complex design of our nervous system and see more clearly the inherent dignity that each and every one of us has. In studying neuroscience at Notre Dame, we have been given the privilege and responsibility to have conversations where there is no divide between science and the common good, between those we love and those who have been forgotten, if we're caring about God's creation by admiring the circuitry that makes up each and every one of us. If we leave these 4 years of neuroscience with anything, I hope it is that with this opportunity to explore the basis of our behaviors and how we develop, we can be better neighbors to those around us, recognizing people not just as who we see on the surface, but as the product of all the experiences, relationships, and challenges that have come before. Thank you all for cultivating such an enriching and supportive environment to learn in these past 4 years. Although we are graduating this weekend, this is not the end of neuroscience in our lives. Act upon the knowledge you've gained and never underestimate the power of the mind. Know that I, all the faculty and staff, your friends, family, loved ones, and your younger 8-year-old self are so proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2022.